Turn on the news any day, and what do you see? War in Ukraine, tensions rising with China, conflicts flaring up in the Middle East, threats of terrorism, nuclear warnings. It feels like our phones are buzzing constantly with breaking news alerts about the next potential global conflict. Does that sound familiar? It's a constant stream of anxiety-inducing headlines, and it's easy to feel overwhelmed, even frightened. But what if I told you that this exact scenario was predicted nearly 2,000 years ago? In the book of Matthew, chapter 24, Jesus' disciples asked him what signs would signal his return and the end of the age. His answer is startlingly relevant for us today. He said, "You will hear of wars and rumors of wars, but see to it that you are not alarmed. Such things must happen, but the end is still to come." Think about that for a moment. He didn't just say there would be wars. He specifically mentioned rumors of wars, that atmosphere of constant tension, the non-stop speculation and analysis of what might happen next. That's the very world we live in, isn't it? A 24/7 news cycle feeding us a diet of potential conflicts. I often think about my grandmother. She used to tell me stories about her childhood, and she'd describe a world that felt so much more peaceful and stable, at least from her perspective. Now, my own children come to me and ask why there's always fighting somewhere in the world. It's a heartbreaking question, and the answer isn't found in politics or economics alone. The answer is prophetic. Jesus described these events as birth pains. They are signs, contractions, if you will, signaling that something new is about to be born. In this case, it's the return of Christ and the establishment of his kingdom. And just like with birth pains, they are expected to increase in frequency and intensity as the time draws near. What's particularly striking about our modern era is how interconnected everything has become. These aren't just isolated, regional skirmishes anymore. A conflict in Eastern Europe immediately impacts gas prices and food supplies across the globe. Tensions in the South China Sea can affect the supply chain for the very device you're rewatching this on. Every local war now creates global rumors of wars. The world is a tinderbox, and a spark anywhere can feel like a threat everywhere. But here is the crucial part, the part that transforms our perspective from fear to faith. Jesus told us, "See to it that you are not alarmed." He knew this would be our natural reaction. He knew we'd be tempted to give in to fear, anxiety, and despair. So he gave us a command and a promise right in the middle of this difficult prophecy. He was essentially saying, "I'm telling you this ahead of time so that when it happens, you won't lose heart. You will know that my plan is still on track." This changes everything. It means every war headline, every missile test, every diplomatic breakdown doesn't have to be a source of dread. Instead, it can be a reminder, a signpost. It can prompt us to lift our heads and remember that our King is coming back. He is returning to establish an eternal kingdom where peace is not just a temporary ceasefire, but the very nature of reality. The prophet Isaiah gave us a beautiful picture of this future kingdom. In Isaiah chapter 2 verse 4, he wrote, "They will beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks." Nation will not take up sword against nation, nor will they train for war anymore. Imagine that. A world with no more defense budgets, no more arms races, no more soldiers sent into harm's way. A world where the resources and ingenuity we currently pour into conflict are redirected toward cultivation, creativity, and life. That is the future God has promised. So, until that day comes, these wars and rumors of wars serve a purpose. They are like God's global alarm clock, waking up his people. They are a call to be ready, to share the good news with urgency, and to live with an eternal perspective. They remind us that this world, with all its brokenness and conflict, is not our final home. The next time a breaking news alert about a new conflict pops up on your phone, take a deep breath. Remember Jesus' words. Don't let fear take root in your heart. Instead, let it be a trigger for your faith. Let it cause you to look up, because as he said, Your redemption is drawing near. The King is coming. Thanks so much for watching. If this message encouraged you, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more content like this. We'd love to have you as part of our community. God bless and look up.